Okay, it's getting dark. I don't need these sunglasses no more. Anyways, that was musical history and birthdays. So, in that set, or wait, before that set, on the 19th, Trisha Yearwood turned 58. Beatles manager Brian Epstein was born in 1934, and for those of you that care, he died in 1967. In 1947, 10cc's Lawrence Lowell Cream was born. And our first clip, Lita Ford was born in 1958, so she is 64. And we seen Kiss Me Deadly, followed by video clip 2, Tegan Quinn of Tegan and Sarah. She was born in 1980. You'll have to do the math. And we seen Tegan and Sarah doing Walking with the Ghost from 2010. Okay, which brings us to the third clip. The Gun Club released Miami 40 years ago, and we seen The Lie. Also on the 19th, oh no, we're on the 20th now. So the 20th Gun Club released that 40 years ago. And in 1969 on the 20th, the Archies, Sugar Sugar, was #1 hit. Okay, and in 1970, Jim Morrison was found guilty of profanity and exposure in a Miami court for supposedly, well, I guess he did do it. He exposed himself in 1969, so he was convicted in 70 of the crime. Anyways, that takes us to the 21st. In 1993, the Melvins released Houdini. And that brings us to track 4, Sedated, the 14th single, released in 1978 by the Ramones. Then lower, also on the 21st, Leonard Cohen would have been 88. And then, something you don't very often see on this show, a brand new video for She's So Visual by Round and a Distant Few, my band, filmed July 30th at Scotty's, because on the 21st was my birthday as well. So I added myself in the birthdays this time and played a Distant Few track. So that'll cut out the local section too this week. Okay, and that takes us to 22, or the 22nd. 35 years ago, Billy Bragg released Talking with the Taxman about poetry. And that brings us to video number 6. Joan Jett turned 64 on the 22nd, and we seen Bad Reputation by Joan Jett. And then on to set, we went straight to track 7. Nick Cave turned 65, and we seen Red Right Hand. Okay, which takes us to the 23rd. And track number 8. In 1983, Susie and the Banshees released their cover of Dear Prudence. And keeping my word to you, Toshi, who also had a birthday on the 21st, here's part of your birthday present. I dedicate Dear Prudence by Susie to you because it is a well-known fact that is your favorite cover of all time. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, also on the 23rd, Pirouline Lines, the third album by Blondie, was released in 1978. And then that took us to track 9, or video 9. In 1977, the Stranglers released No More Heroes, their second LP. And we seen the video for that, No More Heroes. Okay. Which brings us to the 24th. Sean Clown Crahan of Slipknot was born in 1969 on the 24th, which took us to our 10th video. Pete Salisbury, drummer for The Verve, was born in 1971, and we seen The Verve doing Sonnet. I love that song. Okay, and that takes us to the 25th. The Pretenders in 1986 released Don't Get Me Wrong, the lead single off the album Get Close. And that takes us to video number 11. In 1991, Primal Scream released Screamdelica, and we seen the video off that, Loaded. Also on the 25th, the Pixies released Trompe le Monde, their fourth album, 31 years ago. Takes us to the 26th. 40 years ago, the Psychedelic Furs released Forever Now, and we seen the classic off that, Love My Way. And then we went straight into video 12, Electric Warrior by T-Rex, released 51 years ago in 1971, and we seen Cosmic Dancer live at Wembley. And then we went straight into the 13th clip. 1984, Bowie released Tonight, and we seen Blue Jean. Okay, in 1991, Chili Peppers released Blood Sugar Sex Magic. And last but not least, video 14, Steven Severin of Susie and the Banshees. You've seen him in Dear Prudence. Now we see him in his other band, also featuring Robert Smith of The Cure, The Glove, and Punish Me with Kisses. Steven Severin turned 67 today. And that's it for this week's musical history and birthdays. On with the show.